Hello everyone. Today we will discuss the 10th chapter, that is mechanical properties of solids. In this chapter we can discuss the topics. The topics are elastic behavior of solids. So what is elasticity? What is plasticity? So what is the behavior of this elastic behavior of solids? And second topic is stress and strain. So what is stress? So what is strain? Types of stress and strain we can discuss in this topic. And third topic is Hooke's law. And fourth topic is stress strain curve. In this topic, the material is taken, the solid material, the curve in between stress and strain, the graph in between a material, the behavior of material, so between stress and strain. And next topic is elastic moduli. So what is elastic modulus? So this is the elastic modulus is nothing but modulus of elasticity. So this is constant. So in this elastic modulus, what is elastic modulus? Types of elastic modulus. And next one, how to determine the Young modulus of given material. And last one, applications of elastic behavior of materials. So what is the daily uses of elastic behavior of materials? Okay, so in these mechanical properties of solids, we already know that the rigid body, we already learnt about the rigid body. Rigid body is nothing but a solid body, okay, a hard solid object or solid body is consist definite shape and size. Okay, it is consist definite shape and size is called the a rigid body. When the force is applied on rigid body, it cannot change their shape and size. So it is called the rigid body. But in reality, when the force is applied on rigid body, it can change, it can compress, it can elongate, so it can bend. So rigid body. For example, we can take a cylinder. So this is the cylinder. When the force is applied perpendicular to the area of the surface, and here also perpendicular to the area of the surface, opposite direction, what happens? The force is applied, it can compress. Okay, the shape and size is decreases, changed. So when a steel bar is taken here, the steel bar is connected, so one side a rigid support and other end, when the force is applied perpendicular to the this length, what happens? It can bend. So all rigid bodies, so it cannot consist of rigid body properties. All solids are consist, all solids is consist definite shape and size, but it is not purely rigid body. And we can discuss the other topics, that is elasticity and plasticity. Here we consider the property of the body by virtue of which is tends to regain its original size and shape when the applied force is removed. It's called the elasticity. So for example, we can take a helical spring. In this helical spring, the force is applied equal magnitude and opposite direction. So what happens? The deforming force, okay, the force, applied force is nothing but the deforming force, the change in the size, deforming force is applied. What happens? It is enlarged, it is stretched. Then removing of this force, what happens? It is regains Okay, it regains that shape and size. So when the leave the force, deforming force, the size and shape is regains original shape and size. It is called the elasticity. Okay, this type of materials are called the elastic materials. So for example, elastic material examples, we can take the examples of elastic materials: rubber, so here helical spring, so like this. So rubber also, we can take the rubber. So this is the rubber. When the force is applied, so both ends the force is applied opposite direction, what happens? It is enlarged, it is stretched. When the force is removed, what happens? It is regains their original shape and size. It is called the elasticity. This type of materials are called the elasticity. And the deformation caused is known as elastic deformation. And second one, plasticity. Plasticity. If you apply for a lump of dung or clay, they have no gross tendency to regain their previous shape and they get permanently deformed. Such type of materials, substances are called the plastic materials. This type of property is called the plasticity. Okay, such type of materials, for example, lump of dung and clay. Okay, pindi mudda bankamannu. Okay, here lump of dung and clay. So when the force is applied on lump of dung and the clay, so what happens? It when the removing of that deforming force, it cannot regain their original shape and size. Such type of materials are called the plastic materials. Such type of property is called the plasticity. Now we can discuss next topic, that is elastic behavior of solids. We can consider a solid. So for example, we can consider a brick, a solid brick. In this solid brick, the atoms or molecules are closest to each other. Okay, the molecules are, we can consider these are the molecules or atoms are closest to each other, so they can bond with intermolecule or interatomic forces. Okay, intermolecular forces or interatomic forces. Okay, for example, we can take a particle, a atom. An atom is neighboring atom is consist in between the interatomic forces. When the force is applied, the deforming force is applied on the solid, what happens? This deforming force can change this shape and size of this solid body, because this here atom are moves close to another atom. Here also the force is applied in opposite direction. It is compressed, then change the shape and size. So here between these, the deforming force is applied opposite direction in the same magnitude. So here the force is applied on each particle or each atom, then it is close to okay, close to each other. Here the deforming force is applied on the body. The restoring force is developed in between the molecules or atom. This restoring force, we can remove the deforming force. Okay, we can remove this deforming force. What happens? The interatomic forces or restoring force can regain the body original shape and size. Okay, it is produced, it is regain their original shape and size. This type of behavior is called the elastic behavior. The elastic behavior is the restoring mechanism. Okay, the restoring mechanism is nothing but it regains at original shape and size when the deforming force is applied. So it is called the elastic behavior. Thus restoring mechanism can be visualized by the taking of spring ball system. In the spring ball system, we can take a diagram, an object is taken here. So this is an object. This object we can take the balls. So this is the ball. Here the spring ball system. Here ball. Here one ball. Here one ball. Here also one ball. Here the balls. Balls are nothing but, so balls are nothing but these atoms. Okay, atoms inside the solid, inside the object. Okay, here we consider the interatomic forces as like a spring. Here the springs are springs. So like here the springs are it is like a interatomic forces. Okay, here when the force is applied, when the deforming force, here deforming force, when the deforming force is applied on a body, on this spring ball system, what happens? The spring, okay, the spring is closer, it is compressed. When the spring is compressed here in this dimension, what happens? The balls are close to each other, it is compressed. When it is compressed, here in the spring, the restoring force is developed. The restoring force is opposite direction of this applied deforming force. Okay, this restoring force is developed in the spring system. The spring system, the restoring force is developed. This restoring force is opposite direction of the deforming force. When the deforming force is removed, what happens? This restoring force can, it is produce, it is regain of the spring, it is original shape. Okay, original shape, original equilibrium. Then the balls also, it is regain the original shape and size. Okay, original place. Then the body is regain the original position. This type of force is called the restoring force. The restoring force is developed when the deforming force is applied equal magnitude and opposite direction. So this type of behavior is called the elastic behavior of solids. Next we can discuss stress and strain. So here already we are learned about the elastic behavior of solids. When the forces are applied on a body in such a manner that the body is still in elastic static equilibrium, it is deformed to small or large extent depend. Okay, here when the force is applied, so for example I'm taking, so this is a spring. Okay, when the force is applied, when the both forces is opposite direction, that is deforming force is applied on a spring, what happens? It is stretched, it is enlarged. Then after removing this force, deforming force, it is regain this original shape and size. So because of in this material, in this spring, it is produce restoring force. It is produce restoring force is produced here. The restoring force or the deforming, so here it is deformed when the force is applied, deforming force is applied of a body on the body, it is stretched or bent or it is also enlarged. The deformation is a small or large extent, that is volumetric deformed, or it is longitudinal deforming. The length is increased, the volume is increased or decreased, or it is bent. It is depend upon the nature of material of the body and magnitude of deforming force. When the deforming force is more, what happens? It is the deformed is very large. When the deforming force is small, what happens? It is deformed very small. And this deformed is depend upon on the nature of the material. We can take a rubber, very small deforming force is applied, so it is deformed large. When we have taken a steel bar, very large force is applied on both sides, very large force is applied on steel, it can only deform very small deformation. Okay, small deformation or deformed it small. So then the deformed is small or large is depend upon their nature of the material, and so it is depend upon the magnitude of deforming force. When a body is subjected to deform force, a restoring force is developed in the body. Already we are discussed. So we can take the spring or a rubber or any body, a steel body. When the force is applied, what happens? The deforming force is applied, it is compressed or enlarged. After, so it is enlarged, it is developing the restoring force inside the material. The restoring force is equal in magnitude but opposite direction to the applied force. Okay, so already we are discussing in elastic behavior of solids. When the deforming force is applied, so restoring force is developed. This restoring force is equal magnitude and opposite direction. Okay, this restoring force per unit area is known as stress. Stress is nothing but the restoring force force per unit area is called stress. Okay, stress equals to force, restoring force by unit area. Okay, stress equals to force by area. It is called the stress. The restoring force by area is called the stress. Units of stress. So what are the units? Force units are Newton. For area, units are meter square. So Newton for meter square, or it equals to, it is also taken Newton for meter square. Dimensions or dimensional formula for stress is taken as m L power minus 1 T power minus 2. So this is the, again, about the stress dimensional formula is m L power minus 1, m power 1, L power minus 1, T power minus 2. So next, strain. Strain is nothing but when the force is applied, deforming force is applied, what happens? It is compressed or enlarged or it is bent. Okay, how much deforming, okay, how much enlarged or how much compressed, so far it is to the original size, so it is called the strain. Strain is ratio of elongation to the original dimension. Original dimension is nothing but original value, original length, like that. Okay, strain is elongation to the original dimension is called the strain. Units of strain, there is no units, and dimensions also no dimensions. Okay, strain is consist elongation, for example length, so we can, it is elongated, it is stretched, so delta L by original length. So this is length, this is also length, there is no units, there is no dimensions. Here stress or strain is divided to three types. So first one, so it is longitudinal stress. Second one, tangential stress. Third one, so it is volumetric or hydraulic stress. It is also called the volume stress. Okay, we can consider a cylinder. For example, the cylinder, the length is L. Okay, the force is applied opposite direction, the force is applied equal magnitude and opposite direction. So this force is perpendicular normal to the area of the surface. What happens? It is elongated. Okay, so it is elongated, the size is increased. So such type of stress, the restoring force per unit area is called tensile stress. Okay, tensile stress is nothing but the force for unit area, the restoring force for unit area. So when the length is increased, so it is called the tensile stress. So again we can take here a cylinder. When the force is applied opposite direction and equal magnitude, it is perpendicular to the area of the surface, it is compressed like this. Okay, so what happens, it is compressed, the length is decreased. When the length is decreased, the force, the restoring force for unit area is called the compressive stress. Okay, compressive stress and tensile stress, in this both cases the length will be here decreased, if the length is increased. The change in the length for unit area is called the tensile stress or compressive stress. The tensile stress or compressive stress can also be called as longitudinal stress. Longitudinal stress is nothing but the length is increased, the length is decreased for unit area. When the restoring force for unit area for this case is called the longitudinal stress. Longitudinal stress is nothing but the restoring force for unit area is called the longitudinal stress. So what is longitudinal strain? Longitudinal strain is nothing but longitudinal strain. Longitudinal strain is nothing but change in the length. When it is increasing the length, delta L is increases, and decreasing the length, delta L is decreasing the length, delta L. Original length is L. So then longitudinal strain is nothing but delta L by L. Okay, changing the length to the original length is called the longitudinal strain. So this is first type. And second one, we can take the cylinder here. So this is the cylinder. We consider a cylinder. The force is applied, the tangential force is applied parallel to the each other of the surface area, parallel to the surface area. What happens? This is bends like this. The cylinder is bends, so it is original direction. Okay, so this is bent, so this shape. When here it is consists, the force is applied, what happens? It is bends like here. So it is bends here, the change in size is a delta x and the original length is L. Okay, the angle is formed here theta. Here tan theta equals to opposite sides delta x by L. Original length is L. It is tan theta equals to delta x by L. So this type of stress is called the shearing stress or tangential stress. When the force opposite direction and equal magnitude parallel to the surface of the material, surface of this area, surface of the area. So then it is bent certain angle. So it is called shearing stress. Shearing stress or tangential stress is nothing but the force, restoring force for unit area is called the tangential stress. In tangential stress, it is consist the force, restoring force for unit area is called the tangential stress, and strain, shearing strain equals to delta x by L. Okay, so it is bends, how much it bends? Delta x by original length is L is called the shearing strain. The shearing strain equals to, it is also taken tan theta. Tan theta equals delta x by L. So delta x by L is nothing but tan theta. Here theta is very small, that is it approximately equals to 0 when it is take tan theta equals to theta, that is shearing strain theta equals to delta x by L. So this is about shearing stress and shearing strain. Next, third one. So this is about the volumetric or hydraulic. So when we have considered, so this is a glass. In this glass we can take certain liquid. We can pour an object in certain pressure. Okay, the pressure, the force is applied all directions. The force is applied in all directions. What happens? The volume is decreased. Okay, the volume is decreased. So such type of stress is called the hydraulic stress. Hydraulic stress equals to the restoring force for unit area is called the hydraulic stress. In this hydraulic stress, the volume is increased or decreased. Okay, here the force is applied, the volume is decreased, but not shape is not changed. Okay, the shape is not changed. Shape is, for example, circular shape. The force is, all forces are equal and the direction is inside the direction. The shape is circular shape or spherical shape. So but the hydraulic stress is nothing but the restoring force. The restoring force, the inner restoring force is developed inside the spherical ball. So the restoring force for unit area is called the hydraulic stress. Here hydraulic stress, next one, the hydraulic stress also is called the volumetric stress. Here hydraulic or volumetric, volume strain. Volume strain is nothing but the change in volume by original volume is called the volume strain or hydraulic strain. So here compressive strain or longitudinal strain, and here shearing strain, volume strain, there is no units and there is no dimensions. So these are the types of stress and strain. Okay, we can discuss next topic is Hooke's law. Hooke's law. Hooke's law is explain about the relation between stress and strain. So for small deformations, for small deformations, here the stress is directly proportional to the strain. Okay, Hooke's law is explained about for small deformations, stress is directly proportional to the strain. From this above equation, stress is equals to, we can take the constant, the proportional to constant into strain. Here proportional to constant K equals to stress divided by strain. Okay, here the proportional to constant is called as modulus of elasticity. Okay, K is known as modulus of elasticity. Okay, so this is called the Hooke's law. K is modulus of elasticity. What are the units of K? Units, SI units of modulus of elasticity is Newton per meter square. Because of stress, units are Newton per meter square divided by, there is no units, so then Newton per meter square. Dimension formula for this modulus of elasticity is m power 1, L power minus 1, T power minus 2. So this is the dimensional formula for the K, that is modulus of elasticity.